Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Before we go any further, can everybody hear me? I asked that because the last live stream I did, no one could hear me and I had to completely restart everything. So can you hear me? I just need one yes to say you can hear me. Good, great. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Last time, I did nothing different. I did nothing different when I restarted it and it was fine, and I've done nothing different today. So, I don't know. It was a StreamYard glitch and it was very weird. But we are here to talk about Sebastian Rogers. Now, so much has happened this week. So much ridiculousness has happened this week. I thought, look, I'm just going to do a live stream this afternoon and just review what's gone on in the last few days. Because I know that not everybody watches every single video and, people just can't keep up. So let's just dial it back a few days and digest, basically, just digest the things that have happened. And then look at the new ridiculousness that Dog the Bounty Hunter has come out with. Because he's got even more ridiculous. I mean, it's just incredibly tiresome. This is a missing child's case, and we've got this incredibly tiresome elderly gentleman who is just, I don't know, creating drama, seemingly for the sake of it. Maybe Dog the Bounty Hunter should just put his feet up and relax himself into retirement, and we'd all be good. We'd all be good and all be fine. But thank you so much, Krista. That is incredibly generous. That is a whopping Christmas present. So thank you so much. Incredible. Amazing. Thank you. And we've got Holly, who's got the good old OG badge. Finally. Well done, Holly. Who else have we got in? We got Mike. Dog calls out the sheriff. Yeah. It's just absolutely stupid. It's just stupid. It really is. Why are we discussing this kind of thing in a missing child's case? Why are we doing this? Whoa, Purple Ages gifted 10 memberships. Let me just get these. Berkshire Queen, Susan, Cheesy, Happy Feet, Dina, Pamela, Generally Jenny, Lemon Lime and Bittersweet, Blazer, Susie. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Purple AJ, for the 10 gifted memberships, and welcome you all. Check out the members area. I'm going to do a members live. I was going to do it today, actually, but I'm not. I'm going to do it tomorrow. So there's going to be a members live tomorrow. So what happens with members lives, if you've been on the channel a while, you'll know this, that everybody, whether you're a member or not, can watch it while it's actually live, but only members can chat. And then after the stream finishes, it goes to members only, so only members can watch the replay. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I'll probably do a video as well. I'll probably do the members live, like late afternoon, early evening, my time. I may do a video as well. I'm not sure yet. And of course, there's going to be a Cold Case Christmas. For those of you following Cold Case Christmas, and for those who are following it but have not quite caught up, this is who we've got in the last few days. So we did Barbara Bollock, Bethlyn Barr, Trevor Farthing, Lorraine Fabian, and then the absolutely bizarre case, the missing scientist Jim Donnelly from New Zealand. Absolutely crazy case. I can't get my head around this. I can't get my head around Jim Donnelly's case. So it's just mind-blowing. And then tonight is episode 15, and that's also another crazy case that makes absolutely no sense. So, yeah. So tomorrow, there'll be Cold Case Christmas episode 16. And then on this channel, there'll be a members live and maybe a video, but maybe not. I've not decided yet. But there'll definitely be a members live because I've got it all planned. All right. I was saying a couple of hellos and then I got sidetracked. Let's have a see. I don't even know who we got to. Hello, Jackie. We've got Jadzia. We've got Robin. We've got Thunderhorse. We've got Sunset. Matt. Oh, sorry, Mimi. We got Michelle. What a great name. We got Soldy. Soldy. So you say your name. So we got Lisa CW. Good afternoon to you. We've got Down Under with Love. Must be like a strange time for you. Must be like in the middle of the night for you, Down Under. Maybe not. It's going to be like 11 p.m., 12 p.m. No, 12 a.m., like midnight. Hello, Toby's mom. We got Happy Cat. We got Krista. Rexy. All right, we got a bunch of people. All right, so let's start. Let's start with. We'll dial it back a couple of days. All right. I need to go to his profile, actually. Dial it back a couple of days. So what happened was, for those not quite keeping up, oh dear. All right, we'll start on December the 12th. So we've dialed the clock back 3 days. And Dwayne Dog Chapman said, Dog Nation, great conversation with authorities in Tennessee. Big news soon as we hunt those who are hiding Sebastian Rogers. Yeah. Hunting those. Hunting those. And then we got some slagging off of the Proudfoots. We got this so-called alleged private investigator. He means SF Investigates, who is actually searching for Sebastian rather than just talking shit on the internet. At least SF Investigates, who is a licensed private investigator, who is actually on the ground searching for Sebastian. Anyway, claims his clients, the Proudfoots, are under extreme pressure. Maybe that's because they didn't want you to know the truth about who Green Hoodie really is. Green Hoodie, of course, is what we all thought was a guy, but he's actually a girl. So Green Hoodie is a female. And Green Hoodie is the person that encounters Katie and Sebastian as they exit Texas Roadhouse at about 6:25 p.m. And Green Hoodie is coming between the two cars, and Katie kind of comes round the corner, probably doesn't see Green Hoodie, and then there's kind of this, couple of seconds where the both of them trying to get through one space. So we get Green Hoodie who backs away, and then we've got Katie who comes through, and then we've got Katie and Sebastian leaving in their vehicle. Oh, we'll watch all of that footage again. We'll watch it all. But that was Green Hoodie. And it was ridiculous. And we'll show the post in a second from at night. Private intelligence, who has no intelligence whatsoever, So just the very name that they use seems to be an oxymoron. It's suspicious if you need to pee. It's suspicious. Yeah, it's suspicious if you need to pee. All right. They said it was an elderly man, but guess what? It's a woman. Do they mean 3 to 4 people involved? This guy thinks he's living in a movie. Right, how old is he? Somebody asked me how old Dog the Bounty Hunter was. And I think he's in his early 70s. Is he 71? 72? Emphasis on the moron. Look, I mean, I'm not saying that he's got maybe a cognitive impairment coming on, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. On top of several other felonies which carry life sentences, are they also afraid of conspiracy charges? Last chance, reward, 250 big ones. $250,000 in capital letters. Yeah, don't call Dog. Don't call him. Don't call him. And we got all of this pictures released here. We get these from the outside. So we get 618. We've got green hoodie coming here. Coming through. We've got green hoodie walking through the parking lot here. So she's in a direct straight line. Who are you going to call? Not Dog. Yeah, call the A-Team. Much better show. Never really liked Dog the Bounty Hunter as a show. I did like the A-Team though. I can't say I ever watched Dog the Bounty Hunter. Green hoodie hoodwink. So green hoodie is walking in a straight line, just making a beeline for the door because she needed to pee, right? So as she's coming along, so that's 619. As she's coming along, then we've got 623. I mean, look. What happened for 4 seconds? Like we've got we've got 4 minutes here. We've got 4 minutes here. So look, I'm not even sure that we're dealing with the same person. But that's just me. That's just me. So then we get 624 is where Sebastian's waiting. And then we get 625. This is green hoodie. I was able to sharpen up this image. So I've got I reasonably know what this person looks like, but I'm not going to release it because that's just, no. The cops have said this person is completely innocent. Looks like 2 different people. Doesn't it though? Doesn't it though? And we've got this one, 68. So these are all out of order. So 625, we've got this person. 618, we've got this person. Right, I'm going to... Could be the same person. It could be. Um, 625. And then 626. See, that person looks different. That it's just ridiculous because they are so zoomed in. I don't think the hood's up. It might be. It's just stupid. They've just created all of this absolute nonsense. They really have. They really have. All right, we're going to go in order, or else we're going to get confused here. Where was I at? All right, I want the post. I'll come back to dog in a minute. And we'll go to at night. So at night's post was a couple of days ago. Where is it? They're taking it down. No, they haven't. See ya. All right, so this is the one that created the drama. Dwayne Dog Chapman, also known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, is seeking your assistance in bringing Sebastian Rogers home safely and peacefully. Dog the Bounty Hunter is releasing significant new findings regarding an individual referred to as Green Hoodie and their actions on February 25th, 2024. The evening, 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Why the abbreviation? What's this about? Because they don't even use it. Don't even use it. Was last seen as reported by dog sources. Based on information gathered from interviews and witness accounts, it's highly likely that Sebastian is no longer in Tennessee. Okay. However, all indications suggest he's still alive. In my opinion, this is incredibly insensitive towards not only Katie and Chris, but also Seth, who they are supposedly working for. Like giving him false hope that Sebastian's still alive. I mean, look, there's a small chance he is. Absolutely, there's a small chance he is. But there's, I'm sorry to say, way more likely chance after, nearly 10 months that he isn't alive. Dog sources have no knowledge of this woman before or after the unsettling encounter that transpired on that fateful night. Right, so 6:22, Green Hoodie emerges from the shrubbery bushes near the parking lot. But the timings aren't even right. I mean, look, right. The timings aren't even right. Let me get those pictures back. Look. Gotta find them first. Right, here. Ignore that one, it's out of order. So they're saying that at 6:22, 6:22. Surveillance captures green hoodie emerges from the shrubbery or bushes near the parking lot. She's seen moving cautiously between Mrs. Profoot's parked vehicle and the adjacent car. This timing coincides with Mrs. Profoot and Sebastian standing up from their table inside the establishment and preparing to leave. But the timing's wrong, because on this, which they've put on themselves, like this isn't stamped on the surveillance camera, this is what they're saying is green hoodie, like 4 minutes before they emerge from the shrubbery, almost at Katie's car. So what's the deal here? What on earth are they trying to get us to believe? It's 4 minutes off. It doesn't make, even their own private intelligence agency can't even get the timings right. It is putting innocent people in danger, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Where's that first one? Here, look. Move. Right. So it's 6:18. 6:18. They're just coming between this truck and this car here, right? 6:18. Now, again, these are the timings that At Night has put on. These aren't the timings on the actual surveillance camera, because these are zoomed in. So 6:18, the person's here. 6:19, the person's here, like heading towards, like literally, like towards Katie's car. Like within a second or two, they're going to be right up to Katie's car. And then, again, you can't even see the timing on that one. And then 6:23, so 4 minutes later, she's only walked a few steps. Well, how? How do those times here make sense? Tell me how those times make sense. And then we've got this other angle from also 6:18. And she's only just passed this white truck. But she's out of the bushes. Now, the bushes are right behind here. And I'm going to refer you now to the person that Dog the Bounty Hunter doesn't like, his nemesis, Seth investigates. Because he's been in Tennessee. I'm going to read you his post. So this is from, what's the date on this? Whatever. Once again, at night, and a man calling himself Dog, desperate for views and attention, are attempting to re-spin their failed narrative. This time, they're claiming that the green hoodie was stalking the restaurant from the bushes, because the old lying-in-wait plot twist. Fortunately, I've taken plenty of footage this week from the Texas Roadhouse. The so-called bushes are nothing more than a row of mostly dying shrubs that no one could reasonably hide behind. And remember, you know, unless these are evergreen shrubs, then there's going to be no leaves on them in February, is there? It might be evergreen, I guess, you know, like a privet or something. These shrubs divide a row of parking spots that runs parallel to the restaurant. At night, not to be confused with At Night, because Texas Roadhouse is actually legit. This area is used as a pickup line for vehicles retrieving to-go orders. This explains why, in the video, the two men at the to-go counter simultaneously turn their heads. At Night's not-so-legit group tries to frame this as something nefarious, when in reality it's just someone in a vehicle calling out to let the men know they've arrived for their order. So these two guys were waiting. You can see exactly where they're waiting in a minute when you see this in daylight. And guess what's behind those bushes where at night wants you to believe a child predator is lurking? More parking spots. Once again, their spin is as flat as their so-called injunction. Why isn't anyone asking for answers about that? Look, there's the door. So the guy with the mask on, the guy with the yellow coat and the COVID mask on is standing here. And then there's another guy that kind of keeps coming and going. And there's the to-go food thing. So they're waiting for food, you know, so that they can go and deliver it to people, you know, to, you know, unite the order with the actual person who's waiting. So instead of like queuing up, they're waiting in the vehicles, presumably. They're going to, you know, drive by, shout out, I'm just over here. I mean, look, I mean, we shouldn't be having to do this. We shouldn't have to make a mockery of this poor child's case. Down under his love. Dog needs a leash and a handling. He's put into sleep. But thank you for being a member for 26 months. He needs to be peacefully put to sleep and buried in a box in his human's garden. Oh dear. Somebody's going to clip that and say, Michelle's threatening Dog the Bounty Hunter. No, it's all just a bit of a mockery. That's all. That's all. So let's take this day shot. Right, got this day shot from Steve Fisher. So let's go to the nighttime shot. All right, we got the nighttime shot now. Let's find the other nighttime shots. Actually, it'll be easier when we save that thought. We'll have a look at the daytime versus nighttime once we get to the video. So save that thought. So what we've gleaned so far is that the timing of this, of where Green Hoodie's supposedly coming from the shrubbery, is 4 minutes out. It's 4 minutes wrong. So was it Green Hoodie emerging from behind or between the white truck at 6:18? Is that correct? Or is this correct? Because it can't be both. Interaction outside the establishment, 6:23. Mrs. Proudfoot and Sebastian exit the location and approach their vehicle in the parking lot. Outside, Green Hoodie initiates a brief hand-to-hand interaction with Mrs. Proudfoot near their car. The exchange appears deliberate, but happens quickly, making the exact nature of their interaction unclear. Green Hoodie maintains a calm demeanour and does not appear hurried or agitated. Well, Green Hoodie hasn't done anything wrong, so why should she appear hurried or agitated? She might be hurrying because she needs a pee, but she's not going to be agitated, is she? It's just a simple, oh, you know, we're going to move out the way, we're going to let one person pass, and then we're going to go ourselves. And it takes all of, I don't know, a few seconds. Is it 6:18 or 6:22? Because 6:24, Katie was walking out of the restaurant. This is what we're actually going to get to. This is what we're going to get to right now. Right now. So let's look at this parking lot video. So we can compare it to the daytime shot, but we can also compare it to... Where's my... There we go. Sebastian parking lot video. Okay. All right. So this is from at night. So this is the closed in. Close up. close-up version. And this is like slowed down 300%. This was slowed down to make it look like something nefarious was happening. And I worked out how much it was slowed down by looking at the times on the surveillance camera. See, it looked like they had a good old chin wag there, didn't it? This is the actual speed. So I've converted this to actual speed. And you can see just how quick this all happened. So actual speed now. So the person's here, green hoodie's here. Katie's come around this car, around this corner, not seen him. So this person backs up to let Katie in. And Sebastian just waits at the car for a couple of seconds. So Katie's got in the car. Green hoodie comes past. Probably apologising. So here we go. There's nothing exchanged at all. Right. So we can look at the daytime and nighttime now. So this is 6:24. All right. 6:24. Sebastian is waiting at the car. Right there. Right. So let's look at Steve's daytime shot. So Katie is parked at the opposite side of this. So we've got Katie's cars there. All right. If you look, there's that little walkway. Now, I don't know why Green Hoodie didn't just come round here. No idea. But the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And the door's just right up there. So, I don't know. But this is that to-go counter. So this guy and this guy are working, like delivering these orders, like uniting the food orders with people who are waiting for them in their cars. So you got nobody like waiting in a queue, they're waiting in their cars. So these two guys, that's what their job is. And that's why they're loitering. They're not there for nefarious reasons. They're there because that's their job. So again, we see there's the counter. So you've got the guy in the yellow jacket with the mask on. He's kind of, at this counter, like just hanging out at this counter. And then this guy with a black t-shirt who's probably doing the running around. All right, cool. So we've got a wider angle on this. So there's the door, the employee door. So presumably that takes them into the kitchen. And then there's the counter. And then Katie's vehicle is parked. So you've got this grassy verge here. And then you've got a space. Then you've got the walkway. Then Katie's car was parked there. And here are the bushes. So the white truck is around here. And then these are the bushes. So there's nothing even there. Like, you can't hide behind them bushes. You can't hide behind those bushes. When you see it in the daytime, it just shows you how ridiculous it is. Seriously. Uber Eats drivers. Or Uber Eats delivers. Yeah, Uber Eats does deliver. Yeah, Uber Eats does deliver. These two are just, they're employees. They're hanging around here and they keep popping into this door because they're working there. There's nothing strange or weird at all about it. See, they're just waiting for food to get done. And who knows, he might be standing in the doorway because it's cold. Now, it was a warm night that night. It was a warm night that night, but you never know. You might just be opening the door to chat to people, get a bit of heat. Just chatting. And there's Sebastian in the car, putting his seatbelt on. I don't know why we had to go back, but they had to just do it again. Do it again, slow it down, do it again. So Sebastian's got in the car, put his seatbelt on. So we're at 6:24 and about 45 seconds. Katie starts to pull out. These guys not paying any heed to the fact that Katie and Sebastian have just gone. They're just doing their job. Another car pulls in. And then miraculously, the time jumps and this other car appears. And that's it. That's it. That's all. These two guys just carry on working. All right. So back to this post. So what Green Hoodie does inside the Texas Roadhouse, 6:25. Following the interaction, Green Hoodie enters the location with her hood down, making her face clearly visible. Yet, she's hiding. The video is showing. Not on mine, it's not. Did you not see the daytime view from the bushes? You didn't see the video? Didn't see the video? Oh, thank you, Light the Way, for gifting 10 memberships. I'll sort that out in a second. We got Sin, I think that says. Glowy, Mystery, Little Bear. Oh, no, sorry. Auburn Warfare, Mrs. M.I.O. Fletcher. Who else have we got here? All you see is the photo. Hold on. I think I missed some of those memberships, but thank you so much. Oh yeah, Happy Beach, Captain Ganja, and FBI Black SUV. Girl next door. There we go. So thank you so much, Light the Way, and welcome y'all. Get a month's free membership. So only the picture was showing. Only the picture was showing, not the video. This video. So all it was Sebastian getting in the car. He gets in the car, puts his seatbelt on. They pull away at about 6:24 and about 45 seconds. They're carrying on, just doing their job, not paying any attention to the fact that Sebastian's gone. Another car pulls in. Then the video jumps and this other car has appeared. And that's it. These guys just carry on doing their work. Did not see that one or his seatbelt. Oh, yeah. He puts his seatbelt on. Watch. There's only so far I can zoom it in. Can't zoom it in any more than that. Yeah, look. There's his hand. There's his seatbelt. He's pulling his seatbelt round. Watch. So he's getting in a minute. There you go. Puts his seatbelt on. There. So they wait a few seconds while presumably he's fiddling with his seatbelt. And then she goes. And that's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. All right. So, so this person who's been hiding in the shrubbery, this person who has been nefariously hiding in the shrubs, which look about, I don't know, 2 foot tall, takes her hood down so that her face is clearly visible and proceeds directly to the woman's restroom to have a pee. And then at 6:28, she returns to the shrubbery. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. All right. So, again, the times on that post make 0 sense. 0 sense, because 6:18, she's there. Apparently. I mean, look, we've only got their word for this is the same person. We've only got their word for it. Because you can't see who that person is. That could be someone completely different. How do you know she had a pee? She might have had a poop. She might have done. She might have done. Yeah? When you got to go, you got to go. She might have done both. Ooh, extra nefarious. And then at 6:19, we've got this person. Now, I think that's the same person because it's the same hoodie. But, yeah, apparently, it was 6:22:23 when she encountered Katie. But this is 6:19, and she's almost at Katie's car. So make it make sense. Now, the 6:23 is the correct time because that's what's on the surveillance. That's the correct time. So they're putting these things out with incorrect times on. So 6:19, a whole 4 minutes later, 6:23, Katie is here. And no, they weren't there chatting for 4 minutes. They were not there chatting for 4 minutes. They absolutely were not. They were there for a few seconds. I'm wondering whether they've put this time on here to make it appear that they were there for 4 minutes. Or this person was waiting for Katie to come out for 4 minutes. Because then that looks extra specially concerning, doesn't it? And then once inside, 6:25, here's that person. Here's the person at 6:18. Now, look. This person who's come out from the shadows has made no attempt either inside or outside to hide their face. Have they? Neither. So if you were up to no good, you wear a COVID mask, surely. You keep your hood up and you wear a COVID mask. It's a weird hoodie. It's more of a sweatshirt than a hoodie. So it's one of those hybrids that are a bit hoodified and a bit sweatshirt. I think you could be forgiven for calling it a sweatshirt or a hoodie. I don't really know where the definition, where we draw the line. I don't know. But then, the very day later, they're forced to retract everything. Why? Because the Sheriff's Department speaks out. Well, that's on that night. Where are we here? I've got 3 different Twitters open. It's confusing. All right. Okay. All right. So the Sheriff's Department, Sumner County Sheriff's Department, were forced to come out with a statement to say they've interviewed Green Hoodie and she has absolutely no relevance to the case. She's clear. She's in the clear. She has no relevance to the case at all. Yeah, if anybody needs an injunction or a gag order, it's these guys. Absolutely. Somebody needs to sue them or something. I mean, look, I'm not one for, being litigious or anything like that, but these guys, something needs to be done, surely. All right, so updated press release regarding the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his teams are continuing their efforts to locate 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers. Weird. Since our initial release of information and surveillance findings, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office has interviewed the individual previously referred to as Green Hoodie. After a thorough discussion with that person, law enforcement authorities have determined there is no evidence linking her to Sebastian's disappearance. It's important to clarify that this individual, who was highlighted due to her presence and movements on the evening of February 25th, is no longer considered a suspicious person. While her actions initially appeared suspicious, like walking between 2 parked vehicles and into a restaurant, going to the loo and then coming out and presumably going back to her own vehicle, if that's suspicious, then I don't know what I tell you. I just don't know what I tell you. All right. The subsequent investigation and interview conducted by law enforcement have cleared her of involvement. We respect and acknowledge the conclusions drawn by the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and we will not be pursuing further inquiries regarding her role in this case. With the Green Hoodie individual now cleared, our attention refocuses on other leads and information that may help us find Sebastian. Okay. We never meant it as an accusation. Yeah, you did. But rather as one avenue of investigation in a complex case. With that avenue now closed, we turn once more to the public for assistance. If you know anything, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI. The numbers going across your screen, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Please do not contact Doug the Bounty Hunter. Doug the Bounty Hunter loses it a little bit. Right. Loses it a little bit. with his latest stuff, because this is what he does next. Okay, so back to Dog's profile. This is what he does next. So this came out yesterday. All right. So still $250,000 reward. He's not added another extra 25 on. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Like every few days, they're adding an extra 25 grand on. If you, right, listen, if you genuinely knew something about Sebastian, what would you do? So if the reward keeps going up by 25k every few days, and you've got that information on where Sebastian is, what would you do at this point? What would you do? Would you cash in for 250? Would you cash in? Or would you wait? Would you wait to see just how high he's going to take it? I'd wait. Wait for it to go higher. Yeah, I'd wait. But actually, it's all a big farce anyway, because there is no $250,000 reward. They could put it up to 10 million if they wanted. They can offer any number. But is the money actually there? No. The only money that's actually there is the 50 grand from the FBI. So my team was not the ones that installed the surveillance cameras that captured Green Hoodie. I don't even understand that statement. Of course they weren't surveillance camera. Like, did somebody ask him? Did somebody ask him whether he put the cameras up? It's pledged. All right, okay. So it's well, I pledge $10 million. I pledge $10 million. Means nothing. It's not legally binding. It's not legally binding. Nobody's going to come after me because I pledged $10 million. I don't have $10 million. I don't have a million. I don't even have 100 grand. So you're not getting any money from me. You get 250 grand of Dog the Bounty Hunter's leather jackets. Probably all sweaty, and no, I don't want them. All right. So I don't know why he had to clarify that he wasn't the one that put up the surveillance. But anyway, just sharing what we got with the public after Sumner County Detective Carter said they also wanted to ID her and asked us to forward tips. Oh, so the day after Sumner County released a statement saying that they've interviewed the person and she's not suspicious, Dog the Bounty Hunter comes back saying, oh, well, yeah, Sumner County wanted us to put the thing out because they wanted to ID her. If they wanted to ID her, well, how have they interviewed her? If they, like, how does that make sense? How does it make sense? If the cops wanted to ID her, they would have ID'd her. And the fact that by the time he put this post out, they'd already interviewed her, well, they obviously knew who she was. So that makes zero sense. And then he's got this quote from Detective Carter. Now, there is a Detective Carter who works for Sumner County Sheriff's Office. There is an actual Detective Carter. But what I can't confirm is that he actually said this to Dog the Bounty Hunter. If he did say this to Dog the Bounty Hunter, I've got a problem with that guy's professionalism. But anyway, if you all want to release the Texas Roadhouse photo to see if anyone can ID that person, we're good with it. Just add us on the tips or feel free to forward them as they come in. Now, look, saying, please, pass on your tips to us, that makes sense. But saying, oh yeah, let's, you know, you've got permission to put that out to the public so that we can ID the person. Well, how did they already interview her? If they needed them to put this stuff out to find her, how could they interview her? So who's lying here? I'm going to guess that it's not the cops that are lying. I'm going to guess that. I'm going to guess that. Then he puts, P.S. Do you believe me or Sheriff Snuggle Struggle? Sheriff Snuggle Struggle. Do you want to know who Sheriff, I can't even say it, Snuggle Struggle is? Well, Eric Craddock, when he was young and stupid, said this on Twitter. And it does appear to be the actual Eric Craddock. I'll go to his Twitter. I did check this out. Hold on. Let me find it. This. It does look like him. Like just a very young version of him. So the current sheriff of Sumner County. He was the chief deputy, but the sheriff died. So Eric Craddock was the chief deputy, so he's now stepped up and he's the sheriff. So this was a Twitter account that he started in 2009. He's only got 41 followers. And his last post on this account was in 2015. So he doesn't use this Twitter account. He was young and stupid. And it's not really excusing him at all. I mean, this was a post that is very distasteful. It's not becoming of anybody. Rape is such a strong word. I prefer snuggle struggle. But that was in 2013. Now, Eric Craddock is not an old man. So he's probably, I don't know how old he is. In his 30s, maybe? How old is Eric Craddock? Does anybody know? Because this was like 13 and a half years ago. No, it wasn't. 2013. 11 and a half years ago. Has anybody sourced the actual tweet? Yes. I did find the tweet. Because he didn't post very much on this at all. He mainly retweeted stuff like to do with the NFL and sports stuff. He only posted like a handful of times, really. Don't try to understand women. So that's a retweet. Where are we at? June. Right, look, he's gone from November 1st, October 21st, August 26th. There. Oh, no, not that one. Have you ever looked at a person and thought, yep, you have someone locked in your basement? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, picture of his kid. Oh, dear. He needs to take this Twitter account down, honestly. There you go. That's it. June 23rd, 2013. So it is actually a real tweet. It's not something that they've just made up. It is here on this Twitter account from 2013. So he just needs to take this down. Look, he's probably forgotten all about this account. I would imagine he's forgotten all about it. He hasn't posted on it since 2015. He probably wasn't even in law enforcement in 2015. And he's just completely forgotten about this account. He only had 41 followers. So we don't know the context of the conversation. I don't care about the context of the conversation. It's in bad taste. I have to agree with that. But to bring that up 11 and a half years later on a Twitter account that he hasn't used for 9 years, it's a stretch. It's a bit of a reach. To me, it feels a little bit like desperation. Like to find something to throw at him. That's what it feels like to me. So he explained it. Unless you're a Tennessean, you may not. Well, even if you're a Tennessean, you probably didn't even know that Eric Craddock had a Twitter account from 2009 to 2015 when he made a handful of tweets, and one of them was a bit distasteful. Unless you're a Tennessean, you may not understand who Sheriff Snuggle Struggle is. But here is a direct quote he shared. Okay. And I honestly don't know why Dog the Bounty Hunter is taking the holy high ground here. Because it's not like Dog the Bounty Hunter has been sweetness and light his whole life. Yes, he took part in a murder. He went to prison. Scoot over, Rover, Sheriff Snuggle Struggle, and let a real dog take over. In Tennessee, there is such a law for an election recall of the sheriff. I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I approve this message. This man is in his 70s. So he's calling out Eric Craddock for making, yes, a distasteful, shouldn't have said it, should have removed it, comment when he was a very young man in 2013. And then we've got a 70-odd-year-old man who's making these quips, making these jibes, making these just silly assertions just because his great theory and his cash cow, the sheriff has dared to come out and say, no, we interviewed that person. She's not relevant to our investigations. Carry on. So at least at night they had the, I suppose you would say, the respect to write a decent post and say, yeah, look, we respect what the sheriff has said. We respect and acknowledge the conclusion drawn by the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and we will not be pursuing further inquiries regarding her role in this case. So at least there's that. I'm happy with that. Should never have happened in the first place. However, I'm happy with what they've said here. Dog the Bounty Hunter, though, the man who should know better, just has to take these little silly jibes, these childish jibes at Sheriff Craddock. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, look. Great. Right. He's not done anything else, has he? Oh, we do have a 10-minute. Do you want to watch the 10-minute video? So we've got this 4-minute video of them leaving. And we've got this 10-minute video. Where is it? Here we go. 10 minutes. I'm going to play this for a whole 10 minutes. There's no audio on it, so I'll start it from the beginning and make it big. Not that there's anything important to see. But people had said, why don't you release the full footage? So they've released 10 minutes here. That tweet was brought out way back. So it's going in the cycle again. Eric Craddock just needs to remove that account. He's not used it for 9 years. Of course, people are going to go hunting for tidbits. In my opinion, he's had some snuggle struggle in his past, his skeletons. Ooh. Saw a hoodie woman cross the street at the beginning. Ooh. Dog the Bounty Hunter holds no more weight than the air team here. He's closer to Scooby-Doo. He needs a Scooby snack. He's hungry. He's hungry. He needs a Scooby snack. Michelle, look how quickly Green Hoodie walked, yet they placed 4 to 6 minutes to walk the lot. Exactly. She just walked across. So the times that they put on those stills are completely wrong, because when you see her walking across here, it's like 6:24, 6:23, 6:24. It did not take her 4 minutes to cross that small space. It didn't. So they put those times on to make it look like she loitered. Like these times. I'll just pause this a minute. These times. Oh. I need to download these posts because keep having to go back is annoying. Hold on. These ones. Look, those times, I'm sure that they've put those times on purpose to make it look like she loitered there for 4 minutes. That's what they've done. And yet, on the surveillance camera, where the actual time is displayed, the whole thing happens in literally seconds. Thank you, Blissful, for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hold on, let me see who got them. And thank you, Happy Cat, for the $10. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you as well. We're not quite there yet, but nearly. Catherine B, Nelly, 2 Old Crows, Granny's watching, Tibor, Tybor. What else we got? Manchester Vicky, Hurricane, Malin, and A's Incognito. Thank you so much, Blissful. You're very kind, and welcome you all. Check out the members area. Maybe Green Hoodie is still on daylight saving time. It's just stupid. All right, so there's Sebastian's gone. The car comes in. Nothing is happening here. Nothing is happening at all. There must be 2 Green Hoodie people. It's occurred to me that there's 2 people because they look the same. They look like they're wearing this, like either the same or very similar tops, but the time doesn't. If it's all one person, they've deliberately manipulated those times. They have deliberately manipulated those times to make it look worse than it is. Or there could be 2 people with similar tops on. So by this time, you know, Sebastian's on his way home. These two guys are still here doing their job. New people have come and parked to here. And Green Hoodie has gone and had a pee or a poop or both. And she feels better now. That's it. That's the story. Feels Seth is bitter and angry and blames Katie and Chris, unfounded or not, but that's why he's entertaining Nick and Dog, etc. He needs somewhere to vent. He's hurting. It's wrong. He's being exploited. It is. And I understand that. I understand that he's grieving. I really do. I don't believe he had anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. All right. So there's someone collected the food. There you go. Collected the food. Or maybe that's a worker taking the food to somebody in a car. Anyway. And he's angry because he's still in love with Katie secretly. This is all just my opinion. He's secretly in love with Katie. He's had this hatred towards her because she's moved on with her life and she didn't want him anymore. And now Sebastian's disappeared, then it's brought up all of those feelings again, because love and hate are just different sides of the same coin. And here we are. Now, I understand that, you know, part of the grieving process for many people involves anger. It's one of the stages of grief. Not everybody experiences all the stages of grief, by the way, but anger is one of the stages of grief. And that's where Seth is. Seth is there. He's very vulnerable. He's exploitable because he's very vulnerable, and these people have just taken advantage of him, and it's absolutely shameful. It's shameful the way that Seth has done this all in the public. Some of the things that Seth has said in the public that I've said are shameful, and they are. He should never have said certain things that he said about Sebastian's life. He should never have been made public. And now we've got him being controlled by these people. It all started with Tony, TikTok Tony. It all started going downhill when TikTok Tony befriended Seth. Because you got the PIs being fired, you got, you know, supposedly, you know, Seth was muzzled, that Tony was in control of him. So there's the guy taking some food to somebody there. I mean, this is just people going about their lives. That's all. And it's shameful. It's shameful, absolutely shameful that people are taking advantage of him. And you might say, well, he's a big boy, you know, he can look after himself. But no, he's very vulnerable. And they shouldn't, people should not be taking advantage of people who are grieving. If you look at Hoodie at 6:18, it's manipulated. The writing looks pasted on. That's what I was saying. I said that at the beginning, that they put those times on. They've put those times on because that's the actual time there. That's the actual time on the surveillance camera itself. So, yeah, absolutely. They put those times on. And they've either made a genuine mistake and put the wrong times on, but I don't think so. In my personal opinion, I think they've put those times on purposefully to make it look like she was there for 4 minutes waiting for Katie and Sebastian to come out. Isn't the green hoodie from their local high school? I imagine lots of people have them. I don't know, actually. I don't know. That would make sense if the, you know, it's a, you know, an emblem on it that is something to do with an institution in that local community. That might make sense. There might genuinely be two different people with the same hoodie on, if that's the case. No, Katie can park in a disabled parking spot because Sebastian has autism. Google is your friend. Tony threatened a fellow chatter of mine who I think of as a sister. He's a jerk. He is a jerk. He's an absolute jerk. Without a shadow of a doubt. Who and where is Sean's family then? Why didn't they have his back? Well, they live in Texas. His mother lives in Texas. And they did come down to Tennessee when Sebastian first went missing, but then they went back. They went back to, presumably they've got to work and stuff. And then we got this video from inside. Not that one. I'm going to have to download all these. That's a 10-minute one. Done. We have to download all these in case they take them off. All right, so this is 4 minutes from inside. So Sebastian and Katie. So this is why do they keep jumping it? So 17:43 and 20 seconds. So they're jumping all the way through. So 17:43, I'm going to play it from the beginning. So 17:43, this is where they come in. The service is proper quick there, isn't it? Spy a suspicious looking taco. Woo! A taco set my kitchen on fire once. Well, I set my kitchen on fire making tacos once. Yes, I've set my kitchen on fire more than once. You will know that recently I set my kitchen on fire. Or actually, my cat set my kitchen on fire recently. But a few years before that, I set my kitchen on fire making tacos. I haven't made them since. Yeah, my cat, yeah. My cat turned the stove top on when I was out. So we're now at 17:53, so that's nearly 5 to 6 for those that don't know military time. We called it the 24-hour clock when I was at school. I don't know what they call it now. We've got a nice little zoom in here. Sebastian eating his food. Oh yeah, this is Katie looking round, probably for a server. Probably like, where's our waiter? Having a glance round, but oh no, this is really suspicious. This is really suspicious. 24-hour clock for you as well. Yeah, that's what we always called it. I have post-taco stress disorder. I do. It shocked me. So we've jumped now to 18 minutes past 6 to them about to leave. In for about 5 minutes they leave. It's almost comical the way they manipulate the video. Exactly. Just release the whole thing. Just release the whole thing. You're watching Dog the Bounty Hunter on TV years ago when my daughter started my kitchen on fire with grease. Oh no. Oh no. So 1823, they're leaving. So they were only there like, what, 40 minutes? It's a good time. They deliver food quick, don't they? Oh, we gotta do the slow roll out. Why do we have to do this slow down? These two don't have a care in the world. They both look relaxed. They're just going about their daily life. And it's so poignant. It's so sad that we're seeing this. And not just that we're seeing this, but we're seeing this in in these circumstances. There's another video of green hoodie inside. Find that one. Don't know whether it's on dogs or at nights. So that's a 10-minute one. There definitely is one because I have seen it. That might be it. Why am I getting the spinning wheel of death here? Oh no, it's this one that does this. So it's not that one. No, it's not that one. That's the one we've just seen. Okay, that was the first one. That's the one we've just seen again. That's the one that does the spinning wheel of death. So's that. Definitely is one of green hoodie inside. I'm not making it up. Oh. Try this one. I don't know where we at here. We're taking it down. 10 minutes. Does anybody know what I'm actually talking about? There is one, isn't there? There definitely is another one. Don't think I'd have liked to pay for a meal with my family and then find myself. Yeah, exactly. 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 It's on the 10-minute one, is it? We've just watched that one. Did I zone out? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is. I mustn't have been watching. I mustn't have been watching. All right, we watch the inside. So they leave. Or is the 2 10-minute ones? Oh, these drones are insane, aren't they? So there's Green Hoodie. I mean, look, why is... And the thing that they said was that she appeared to be like hunched over and like, you know, shifty and hiding herself. Well, if we're talking about this person here, that person isn't hunched over. They're not hiding the face. They're just walking through. So if that's the person they're talking about, that person has done nothing. Nothing at all. It's very busy. It's a very busy place by the looks of things. And yet they got served so quickly. Like they must have either a very efficient kitchen staff or a lot of them. And here she comes. Oh, no, it jumped out. So there you are, right. So 1824. She comes through. I mean, look. Needing a poo cheek pinching walk. She's just... She just wanted to go to the loo and she's been plastered all over the internet. The woman looks like she has a problem walking. She doesn't. They've just slowed it down. They've slowed the thing right down. She doesn't have a problem walking at all. They've just slowed it down. I'm going to download this and put it all back to normal speed, and I bet you any money her gait is perfectly normal. It's just because it's slowed down. It's the reason why they've done this, like slowed it down, is to make it look like the thing goes on longer than it actually does. Legally, shouldn't everyone in the CCTV be contacted and asked if they consent to their image being on social media? I don't know what the rules and laws are there. I doubt you can make a claim of anything like that. I don't know though. Like if Texas Roadhouse said we do not share our footage with anybody unless we're subpoenaed, then if someone complained, they might have a genuine complaint. Do you not understand why Sumner is allowing this? Well, I don't think they can stop it. I don't legally think they can stop it. Thought she had a limp because they slowed it down so much. It works because everyone is pulling it apart. I don't think she's got a limp. If she does, it's not an obvious one. It's because it slows her down. But so what if she does have a limp? I mean, so what if she does? Let the poor woman go to the loo in peace. It's a public place. You have no say in a public place if you are filmed. Yeah, that's the law over here. Did the restaurant just release it to random people? Well, maybe Doug the Bounty Hunter rang up and said, I'm Doug the Bounty Hunter. Do you remember me from my TV show? I'm investigating the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, and some, I don't know, fangirl said, oh, okay, here you go. I've no idea how they got their hands on it. I don't know how they got their hands on it. A dog rang up and said wolf. Oh dear. Seth got a copy, supposedly. Okay. So Seth gave it to him. Texas Roadhouse will lose patrons because of this video being missed. You've got to remember, though, that the vast majority of people who just go about their lives are not on the internet following Sebastian's case that closely. You know, we think that it's plastered all over the internet, and it is, but you've got to remember that, you know, the internet is vast. And unless you're specifically looking for information about Sebastian's case, you're never going to find this. It's not been shown on any mainstream media, you know, like Court TV or anything like that, where it does get a bigger audience. I mean, how many people are watching this live stream now? So at the very most, it's been seen by a few thousand people. So there's 434 people watching this right now. So, you know, there are people who show this who get more people in the chats than I do, some people who get less. So at maximum, it's been seen by a few thousand people, which you might not like if you were a patron who sees yourself on camera, but it's not like it's gone viral, is it? Really? You know, it's of no consequence. And honestly, Sumner County probably don't like that this has been released. But what they can't do is anything about it, honestly. Like, they've not broken any laws by releasing this. And we're not breaking any laws by playing it. When they post that a restaurant is recording surveillance, does that include the inside the RR stalls? What do you mean by RR? I don't know what you mean by RR. Green Hoodie's gone viral and you can't say there's been no consequence for it. That's true. Oh, restroom. No. Listen, no, they won't have surveillance cameras in the restrooms. I doubt it anyway. I mean, there's something wrong if they do. They might have one pointing to the door, but they definitely don't have it in the stalls. No. Yeah, we call them the loo. Yeah, we do. Everyone was saying Green Hoodie went to the Texas Roadhouse for a poop. When you gotta go, you gotta go. There's no shame in it. There's no shame in it. And look, if they'd have carried on with this, I think if Sumner County hadn't have released a statement and something had happened to her because of it, then we'd all quite rightly have been up in arms that Sumner County didn't jump in and try to do something about it. Not that legally they can do anything about them releasing this footage, but the fact that they've released a statement to say, look, she's been cleared. We do not believe she got anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. We've spoken to her. She's good. Now, if something happens to her, somebody IDs her and doesn't believe what Sumner County's saying, and instead, you know, takes Dog the Bounty Hunter at his word, you know, where he posts, do you believe me or Sheriff Snuggle Struggle? That's a problem. I was fine with the statement that At Night put out. Like, they walked it right the way back, quite rightly. They backtracked the whole way, saying that they respect and will, you know, abide by what the sheriff's office have said. But then you get Dog the Bounty Hunter, the 70-odd-year-old, who says, do you believe me or Sheriff Snuggle Struggle? So you've kind of got a mixed message here, don't you? You got a mixed message. But I thought people just forget about it now and move on. Move on to the next thing. I think I'm going to move on to the next thing now because I've recapped everything that there is on this particular Texas Roadhouse footage. There's nothing there. The cops have said there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So let's wait to see what the next piece of nonsense they bring out. But as far as this footage, there's nothing on it that's of any consequence to Sebastian's case. It's just really sad and really poignant that we see him on potentially his last night alive, just having a relaxed meal with his mother and then putting his seatbelt on and driving away with his mother. Incredibly sad. Incredibly sad. At Night is just a company name. It's Nick. At Night is Nick. It's just a name. Who's like a friend of Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's not even a real company. It's just Nick with a name, a company name, and a company address. That's it. It's a big giant nothing burger. Absolutely. Trying to make it into a steak. Dog needs to go back to being a bounty hunter. You see, the thing is, catching people who are on the run is very different than looking for a missing person. Very different. Because if someone on the run, well, you know they're on the run, and you find the places where they're most likely to go. And you stake those places out. That's one way you can do it. Whereas when somebody's missing and you've no idea what happened, you're literally starting from scratch to piece their last movements together. You don't know where they could be, where they are, if they've just disappeared off the face of the earth. It's not the same as hunting a fugitive. Exactly. There's no bounty on Sebastian's head. People on the run leave things to help find them. A huge variant from a missing teenager. Well, people who are on the run, you know, unless they're really clever, they leave lots of breadcrumbs behind. And, you know, who are their nearest and dearest? Who are the people who are they most likely to go to? You've got lots of avenues to explore. And people, if they've been on the run a while, they get complacent. They get sloppy. Whereas someone who is missing because either they've been murdered or they've had a terrible accident or they've taken their own life somewhere, you've no idea where to start other than at their front door. You know, if they're left, that's where you start. You've no idea. And if they've not been caught on any cameras, and we do know that dogs track Sebastian to the retention pond, so basically the place to start is the retention pond, and that's it. There's nothing else. It's very different than, you know, chasing down a fugitive. Oh, yeah. Part of Ellie's recent statement was that less than credible sources. Yeah, Nick Baris. Oh, Nick Baris put a good post up. I'll just show you this before I go. I'm going to go in a minute. Let me just show you what Nick Baris wrote. So Nick Baris is he's a news anchor on News Channel 5 Nashville. And hold on. The Grinch. He posts so much on Facebook. He really does. He posts cute things of his animals as well. Here we go. All right. So this is yesterday. A few of you have asked me to clarify. Here is an example of a fair question. Nick, can you clarify, please? You stated LE as this video and vetted it just days after Sebastian's disappearance. Then the statement says they thoroughly interviewed the lady in the video and there is no evidence to link her to Sebastian's disappearance. How did they vet it if they just interviewed her today? That's what I thought. That's what I said earlier. How can they have asked Dog to send them tips because they don't know who the woman is, having the day before interviewed her? Kind of feel sorry for Dog. He lost a lot when he lost Beth. Well, he needs to get a therapist. He needs to deal with it. I feel sorry for him. If he's grieving, if he's hurting, I feel sorry for him. However, taking it out on a missing child's case is not the way to deal with your grief. I'm sorry. All right. How did they vet it if they just interviewed her today? Here is your answer. I've spoken to several investigators who tell me the video was scrutinised and vetted back in February when it was obtained. He needs a care home. He does. He does. He needs a nice pasture, a nice meadow of spring grass growing all year round. And he can just be let out to frolic about in the pasture and just live out his days in happy, tranquil retirement. He married again. He did indeed. So he's not that much in grief, is he, if he's married again? All right. So they vetted it back in February. Of course they did. We didn't need to be told that, did we? So the stuff that Dog the Bounty Hunter came out and said is absolute nonsense. Exactly, Litlock. For the life of me, I can't fathom why people can't wrap their brains around how law enforcement works, and they should know this video has already been vetted. Absolutely. Absolutely. Green hoodie person was determined to be no more significant than anybody else seen in the video. So why go to talk to this person now? I'm told the banter on social media over this bogus lead was so out of control, there was literally concern for anybody seen wearing a green hoodie in Sumner County. Exactly. They may not have even got the right person. They see somebody with the same or similar hoodie walking down the street and they get attacked. And initially, everyone was saying it was a guy. So now we've got people of either gender could be attacked if they're wearing a green hoodie. A fear they would be confronted at random. It had to be debunked. So authorities spent valuable time locating the individual and confirming what they already knew. No connection to the case. And they made the public statement. Hope that helps. Yes. So funny how no one trusts LE and yet they're the first to call them when they're in trouble. I know. I mean, look, sometimes law enforcement, you've got brilliant law enforcement officers and you've got those who are on the make. You've got those who will, be corrupt, those that are corruptible, those that just betray their badge. There's good and bad in every profession, isn't there? And in certain cases, you can say, look, this law enforcement officer is a problem. So is this one. So is this one. So is this one. I'm talking about Delphi here. But in this case, in Sebastian's case, I don't think law enforcement have done anything wrong. I think they've worked incredibly hard. From what I can see, they've done all the right things. From what I can see, obviously, I'm not privy to everything, not privy to stuff that may have gone on behind the scenes at all. But what we can see in public, it does appear that they did a thorough search back in February, March, and they've continued to follow up on this case, and we're still here. So this was Nick's previous post, setting the record straight. We're all continuing to follow the Sebastian Rogers case. Now 16-year-old with autism disappeared from his Hendersonville home near 10 months ago. Amber Alert is still in fact case is open. Now personally, I'm in almost weekly contact with Sumner County Sheriff, TBI, EMA Director and the District Attorney. They all remain dedicated to finding Sebastian, but sadly, there has been no confirmed sightings and no solid leads. In that vacuum, rumours run rampant from less than credible sources on social media. Authorities tell me it's an unfortunate distraction. Yeah, it's good to keep Sebastian's name and face out there, but some of the completely bogus and unfounded theories pushed by armchair detectives on social media stir up false hope and mislead many who so badly want Sebastian found, including his parents, his grandparents, his school friends, people that, you know, actually knew him in real life. We believe we know him. We believe we have a vested interest in what happens to him. We don't. We don't. It's those people that actually are missing him right now, who knew him when things were just a normal day, going for a meal in the evening with his mother, and then going home and getting ready for bed, and then something, whatever happened. It's the speculation online that's caused all the doubt. Yeah. And the vast majority of missing persons cases get next to no coverage at all. It baffles me why some just become like this. You know, just become an absolute shit show. This is worse than Summer Wells. I didn't think Summer Wells could be topped. The circus that happened in the first year that Summer was missing, I didn't think could be topped, but it has been. This is worse. You know, in Summer's case, we had Don Wells, who used to come on live streams late at night, drunk, slurring his words, swearing, taking a poop, and shouting at Candice. Right, and that was it. That was it. And they went on Dr. Phil, and the behaviour panel analysed them, and that was it. It was Don Wells' late night antics that created the issues for Summer's case. But this has taken a whole new avenue. This has topped everything that Summer's case was. And I didn't think I could easily say that, but I absolutely can. Alabama Nana, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I always stand up for what is right. And there's a lot of people who, you know, may think that foul play has happened to Sebastian, and we don't know what happened to him. We genuinely do not know what happened to him. So I personally don't believe there's foul play involved, unless he was groomed by someone and he went out to meet them. That would be foul play. I think you kind of class that as an abduction. When people talk about foul play, they mean that he was murdered by a member of his family. That's kind of what they mean, but although that's not what it actually means. Yeah, perhaps Summer's parents are completely innocent of her going missing. Perhaps they are just shit parents. That's what I concluded eventually. Got to get stuff done, Tina. So do I in a minute. I'm just going to finish this post and then I'm going to go as well. Some of the completely bogus and unfounded theories pushed by amateur detectives on social media stir up false hope and mislead many of us who so badly want Sebastian found. One of the most recent red herrings involved a person in a green hoodie spotted at random in video of Sebastian eating with his mother at Texas Roadhouse before he disappeared. Some were acting as though his video just surfaced and was key evidence. Nope. Authorities had the video and vetted it as nothing just days after Sebastian disappeared, but the video stirred up such a fuss the Sumner County Sheriff's Office was compelled to issue a statement debunking it. Here's the statement. We want to address the recent speculation surrounding the individual seen wearing a green hoodie near Texas Roadhouse in relation to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee. We understand the community's concern and the desire for answers in this case. Today, detectives interviewed the person in question concerning their presence on the night of February 25th. We can confirm that after a thorough discussion with this individual, I bet the cops were embarrassed at having to go to this person and explain why they were there. And I bet green hoodie person was also a bit embarrassed that her going to the loo has created such a furore and has created so much of a distraction. She's going to hold it in until she gets home in future, I can guarantee. There's no evidence linking them to Sebastian's disappearance. We appreciate the vigilance and cooperation from the public and all those involved in the search for Sebastian. We encourage everyone to continue providing any pertinent information that could assist this ongoing investigation. Do not give it to Dog the Bounty Hunter. Oh yeah, Ziggy married Fred. She did. She did back in May. However, we also urge the community to approach social media rumours with caution, as misinformation can distract from the real efforts to find Sebastian. The search for Sebastian Rogers remains our top priority, and we will continue to pursue all leads with the utmost diligence. We ask for continued support and patience from the community as we work together to bring Sebastian home. That was on Nick Baris's Facebook. So all that is on Nick Baris's Facebook. So nothing more needs to be said. Call tips in to 1-800-TBI-FIND. So there you go. Dog does not want to work with law enforcement, or he would not be talking the way he does. Exactly. The way that Dog the Bounty Hunter's talking, I mean, like, stupid quips like, you know, Sheriff Snuggle Struggle. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. Yeah. Like posting this from Eric Craddock in 2013 and then saying, P.S. do you believe me or Sheriff Snuggle Struggle? It's like you've got to choose. You know, if you want to support Dog, you've now got to ignore everything that Sumner County Sheriff's Office are going to put out. Well, that's completely and totally unprofessional and irresponsible. If he wanted to work as an investigator, not that I don't think he's don't think he's qualified, but anyway, if he wanted to work as an investigator on the case, making tweets like that really doesn't help his cause, does it? No, it doesn't. Just attention and clout. And he got a book out a while ago. So probably going to help his sales a little bit just before Christmas. No. Maybe I'm too cynical. Maybe I'm too cynical, but I don't think so. It doesn't help Seth at all. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help Sebastian, most importantly, at all. All right, guys, I've got stuff to do, so I'm going to go now. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you to the mods, as always. Thank you to those that... I covered Sebastian's face there by accident. Thank you to those that donated earlier on. Welcome to the new members. I think we got 30 new members today, so that's great. There is going to be a members live tomorrow. There may well be a recorded video as well on this channel. But if not, then it'll just be the members live. And then over on Michelle Walks, in just under 2 hours, it will be episode 15, is it? Yeah, 15 of of Cold Case Christmas. Nearly said Crime Story Sunday then because it's Sunday, but no, of Cold Case Christmas. And tomorrow, episode 16. Tonight's a wild one. Tonight is a real head scratcher. So hopefully I'll see you in the comments over there. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.